Hello everyone, welcome back to another Age of Empires 4 commentary. We have a mirror matchup of Malians versus Malians today. Up in the top right-hand middle-ish corner, we have Opewort, who's a top 70 player, currently ranked 68 at the current moment. And in the bottom left-hand side, we have Abomination, aka A Zalami, a very popular Twitch streamer, so I will leave their link in the description. Mirror matchup today, Malians versus Malians. Obviously, I can't pull up a picture of the matchup indicator like I did in the last video. It's because it's a 50-50, because obviously the Malians have to win in this matchup. So, I mean, both sides, traditionally speaking, I'm not an expert in the Malians, so please do teach me down in the comments if I mess up, and or if you just have more informed opinions about it than I do. I appreciate all the support that I've been getting recently on some of the videos, and if you do enjoy the content and you want to see it keep coming, please do subscribe and like the video. It really would help me a lot as I'm getting started in this community. So anything I can do to get more eyes in this video, the better. But obviously this mirror matchup is going to be interesting to see what side goes for what. If one side goes for an early castle rush, if one guy goes for an early expand, it's really going to be about scouting and the exact counterplay, because both sides, especially at this level, know exactly the ins and outs of their civilization. And it's, just hordes of sheep as well. So even the smallest bit of information, both sides, have similar 12. How many do you have? Well, Opewort's currently falling behind a little bit, just by one sheep. I'm kidding. But obviously the Malians have unbelievable gold and food production when it gets later with the pastures and the ox that just spawn next to them. And obviously the pit mines come with their own unique abilities of just completely dominating the game. Obviously this is a large gold mine on this map, so this is incredible for the Malians, which is probably why they both picked this matchup on this map type. Saw the map, know about the early gold, and they both went Malians. So now we have it here. We have 2 scouts on the map right now for Opewort. One down here and one over here, just collecting all the sheep possibly can. So looks like they do have the last lap of who has more sheep at the current moment, because they just went out of the way to make sure they get more. This scout up here just cruising around. We haven't seen much diversity in the builds yet. Obviously, it's too early on, the first 3 minutes. Took a sip of a nice cold glass. And we'll have to kind of wait and see. Hordes of sheep for both sides. A plethora of riches and gold and food. This is just an entire herd. You need a border collie soon to rein those all in. And yeah, we're just going to kind of wait and see for some early aggression, deviation, and build pass. Who's going to be the first one to be unique? So right off the rip, we have the first H2 coming in for Abomination, or should I say Zalami, and that is the Mansana Quarry. Both sides going for it. One side going for 5 workers, one side going for 4, but obviously Zalami's came in one tick sooner, so we'll see the impact of that. Probably not much at all. Obviously in these mirror matchups, every little small thing is interesting to see, and what they kind of prefer and how they kind of handle things. Even over here, the score chart is just like pretty much bang on. The Manzana Quarry generates 75 gold per minute. It can also be toggled to generate stone, so we might have some fast expand play going on. We might have some tower rushes. We might have some early walls. Obviously, early walls on Dry Arabia is pretty... it would take a long time, honestly, to wall yourself off, so I don't think we're going to be seeing early walls in the slightest. That was pretty dumb of me to say, but you know what? I'm here anyways. So once we see the completion of the first, I think we're going to see both sides not really show much aggression until Castle Age. Obviously, when they can start buying units with their Castle Age Wonder with gold, that's when you really start to see some aggression out of the Malians. Traditionally speaking, they've just been so strong recently on this current patch. Obviously, the new Season 4 is in 7 days. It was announced February 16th. So obviously I'll be dropping as much content as I possibly can around the new update, and see what we can do on that front. So both sides into the feudal age. We just have scout on scout, which is, I mean, that's whatever. Where is the first deviation in build? Come on, someone do something different. All right. We have warrior scout being upgraded from Opewort because he has 2 scouts. Or they have 2 scouts. Might get an early house, which would be good. We don't have. There it is. So that was actually a deviation. Is he gonna get this villager? They gonna get the villager? They will. All right. So Opewort showing off some skills there. That used to be a lot more busted. Yeah, so Warrior Scout upgrade is 90 food. So, Salami not wanting to make that investment. It does look like they're going to be throwing down a castle pretty soon, and there it is. And obviously Opewort is pretty behind on that throwing down than Salami. So, that little bit of scout play, we'll see if it pans out. Only got the 1 civilian, so 50 food for that investment. Obviously their scouts are a bit stronger now. I don't think you're going to get much more out of it at this point, especially with once this goes down, the Farbia garrison, it's pretty much, those scouts aren't going to get much value at all anymore. We do have a stable going down in the back, and a barracks, so I don't think the scout doing his best against a warrior scout. Ooh, actually could trade one out, which would be pretty important. Here's the sofa. So an early stable coming out, so that now we're getting the deviations now. Obviously a castle rush coming in for Zalami, and we have a kind of some feudal age aggression coming out of the Opewort's version. There's the Farbarian garrison, the Farbia garrison. Sorry, I don't know why I sometimes butcher the names randomly, even though when I say it first originally. There goes down that one house. We have these warrior scouts trying to get more and more value. They got the upgrades, so you might as well try to get some value out of them. That being said, obviously now you can produce massive groups coming out, which will put this stable to rest pretty quickly. Not going to lose that house, so only did 1 damage, 1 house damage, and 1 civilian down. So not really anything to write home about. And obviously the earlier you get this castle age for Malians on this map, with this much gold, this protected, you're always going to be in a good lead. And also Salami going for the specialized pick, which means that gold's going to be pouring out, and they're going to be able to pour out the units at this point. I also saw the upgrade as well coming out. Yep, obviously it's going to be producing gold. We have 1 sofa and 2 warrior scouts down here. We have upgraded veteran sofas, Musfati, coming out of Opewort. And we have javelin throwers and hardened donzos. So I believe it was a donzo upgrade that came out. There's the javelin throwers coming out as well. And Abomination, I keep wanting to say Abomination, but Zalami really showing the ability to the micro here, and there is the veteran Musfati warriors rolling out. So when they see those, they're going to want to counter those. 2 groups already coming out. Obviously, Zalami going for the hardened donzos, which they currently have. This is a sizable force. Oh, they do not want that smoke. You do not want that. That is, oof. That is not what you love to see. Interesting to see if we see a change coming out. We have archers coming out as a counter. Here's an Imam coming out as well. And yeah, those Musfati warriors, especially with that upgrade, are going to chase these javelin throwers all the way down. Is that a sofa in there? Yep. Another group pushes them back. Obviously, just because the sheer amount of units that are going to be coming out of this group is going to be immense. We have 2 sofas and 2 warrior scouts in the back trying to do a little bit of damage, but these Donzos are going to be sitting here just patiently waiting for them to make their way in. All range versus all melee. These archers were a quick pivot and a very good one on behalf of Salami. We have the upgrade to the javelins as well. Obviously these Donzos were patiently waiting and they did great damage, taking down 2 of them already. More and more archers coming out already. It's just continuing that production. Seeing all these Musafati warriors, they're going to run into this veteran archer group and probably immediately turn around. Yep. Just absolutely ripping him apart. Oh no. One more volley. Nope, not fast enough. The Musafati warriors are pretty quick. Let's see what's going to be coming out of theirs. I mean, Musafati warriors still coming out. I'm not sure. You see that many archers coming out of Zalami. I'm not sure if Musafati warriors are the move at the current moment. You have a stable and everything like that, but with this spread out like this, you're going to be able to do an incredible amount of damage. There's one. Oh, I think a little bit too close though. Musafati warriors just sprinting. Some good micro here, but I think just way too many. Got a little overambitious with not having any frontline out there, but doing unbelievable damage at this point. The Donzo's finally getting in to be a little bit of a tank, which is nice. Great micro by both players. The archers really feeling it. It's kind of like Marine micro in StarCraft 2, but they were a little overextended. And a larger group is back here waiting, making more and more hardened Donzos, realizing they need a bit more of some tanks to kind of clean up this force and let the archers kind of shoot at these light armor units. Obviously, the sofas are going to be pretty beefy for these archers, so that's why the Donzos are coming out to provide that front line and also a counter to the sofa. You have an Imam coming out of Oakport, trying to secure a sacred site. Oh no, some miss micro there, which is unfortunate. Got a lot of them captured. Dons is able to get in front, get that first sofa, which is nice. See if they can get another one if they turn around. Musafati warriors getting torn down. Just kill that one. No. Alright, Donzo's here again, putting a stop to that horse again. That sofa's going to go down as well. Just going into the absolute meat grinder. These Musafati warriors though are continuing collapsing. We have another veteran sofa coming out. So it needs more Donzos to pop out soon, or it's going to be a long day. Excellent micro on that one. Spreading them out, making it much more difficult to track down. These archers are going to be able to pick off a few on the way out. We have another pit mine. We have 2 Musafati warriors back here, causing as much damage as they possibly can. Archers coming back. This Imam, automatic healing. That I'm assuming I miss some sort of, yeah, like that. We have some archers sneakily getting back to their group. They're like, we cannot be. We don't want to leave out. So interesting. We have 22 Musafati warriors with some veteran sofas into a more Donzo archer heavy composition. Interesting to see who's going to come out on top. I think both sides have their own unique strengths. It's going to be how they macro on the back end as well. Losing the Imam and getting a relic, pretty big for Zalami. And we have the groups coming out. The macro is going to be incredibly important to see who can keep up. Gold's very similar, obviously these large gold mine, but they're running out obviously because these things churn out units, but they also burn gold. 320 gold per grouping, and we've already seen some pretty big battles for this stage of the game with that amount of warriors. So trying to move out for a timing attack with upgrade to the archers. But obviously, Opor saw this coming and started to get the defensive upgrades. And also going to have his first, their first tier 1 melee damage upgrade as well. So I believe with the correct micro, it's still kind of in favor of Zalami at this point, but we'll have to wait and see. Gets one. I don't know if you want to be that close. Yep. Alright. What you don't want is choke point. That's for sure. Alright, some good micro. I don't know. Salami, yep. Look at this micro, just perfectly separating the groups. But even then, it was still a bit... I don't like the move. I don't know why you have to move out that quickly. I don't know if it's the move. And we already have some javelins coming out, which is obviously a direct counter to the archers. There's a lot of Musafati warriors here, and they have the veteran upgrade. That Sofa is going to be able to take on. Look at the lack of damage it does, especially with these 2 upgrades. I think Oport's in a very, very good position to take this game, 41-15. I was completely wrong. I think the Sofa really made a huge difference, and really provided a good tanky front line. Here's the Donzos, but I think it's a little bit too late. Musafati's warriors running away. They're all pretty low, but there's one. But yeah, I don't think this is going to go well at all. Oport really, really doing a great job countering and using the upgrades to their advantage. As you can see, Zalami is kind of falling behind in terms of points as well. We have Sophos in the back end, but these Donzos are here to match it, causing a lot of damage. The macro for both players is pretty good. I will say Zalami's falling behind in civilians. I think that's a combination of also the raids. As you can see, those Sofas doing work in the back. So now with this lead up top for civilians and this lead for the army and the army composition and these kind of healing up, I think it's going to be a final push, and it's going to be all Oport at this point. Win this mirror matchup. Obviously, look at the amount of pit mines that he has currently, and just prepping for the next one. So interesting to see when Opor decides to move out. They'll be met with a tower, like a little outpost and everything, but I don't think this army composition is going to be able to withstand this. I think those addition of the Sofa really made a huge difference. Provided a lot of tank, which was great. They have poison arrows, which is going to be pretty nice, but I still don't think it's going to be trying to get their own Musafati warriors for Zalami's side. But this ball is huge, and that extra stable, that difference in build order really did make a difference. And almost immediately, this is going to go down. So that was a pretty wasted tower. But a very nice protection, like they have the archers in the back. But this force is overwhelming, and now with the javelins in, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to take it. These Sofas providing such a good front line can tank, obviously, the town center and also the archer shots. So without exactly precision micro, the archers will not automatically target the Sofa. They'll target the closest thing, which is usually the Sofa. The Musafati warriors, which is usually the Sofa. I think this is going to be GG. 48-17, 17 civilian lead, and now Musafati warriors is running rampant around the base. No longer producing. All the civilians have moved over here, but still, there's just so much. There's all these Musafati warriors just running around the base, which is not what you love to see if you're Zalami, and I don't know. All right. Well, now there you have it. Now we have officially understand of what is the better composition into what. I do think there was a few times that moving out got a bit ambitious, but with this upgrade, with these upgrades, because I think just on this map with the almost unlimited gold for the Malian player, these upgrades and that addition of the Sofa really changed the tide of the game. That tank provided so much wiggle room and allowed the Musafali Warrior to get on top of the archers in the backline, which truly made the difference in this game. Opork played a fantastic game, really played to their strengths, and really countered the second he saw those Donzos come out. They saw those Donzos come out, and the second they saw the mass archers, they really knew they kind of had it in safely. They didn't just immediately counter to veteran javelin throwers. They stuck with Musafali Wars, and they also stuck with those sofas, which really made a huge difference. This landmark going to be going down, which will be the end, and there's the GG. Awesome game to watch. Really cool to see a mirror matchup, and against two amazing players. Obviously, they both played an incredible game. Opork is playing so well, and those upgrades really came into play, and I really love the addition of that stable. So, GG's, and if you enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe. I've been doing my absolute best, and thank you so much for all the support in the past month. I'm super excited to get back into this community, and looking forward to continuing to make videos for everyone. See you.